Hi, I'm Loletta. Welcome to the Virtuous Lady. On this channel, our goal is to motivate, to inspire, and to encourage you to live your best life to the fullest by sharing ideas and through DIYs, faith, finance, and self-care. Today, I want to welcome those that are tuning into this channel for the first time. I'd like to say happy welcome to you. And for those that are returning, I'd like to say thank you. Today, we're going to be celebrating. I'm so excited. My granddaughter Jasiah's 7th birthday celebration. And the most important thing I want to show you from start to finish how you can have an over-the-top birthday celebration for under $45. I'll show you how I did it. And I'll show you some of the techniques that I used to do that. So if this is something that inspired you, if this is something that you'd be interested in seeing, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. That will also help my channel to grow. And also the notification bell. That will notify you of any upcoming videos as they upload. You'll be able to be one of the first to be notified of it. So at this time, we're going to get started. I'm so excited because I'm going to show you the final reveal, her expression, and also a personal photo shoot, which was part of her birthday gift. All right, so at this time, without further ado, let's get started. First thing to do is to set a budget. I had set the goal for $40, and I did go over $5, but still really wasn't bad. And with $40, I wanted to have everything outside of her gift, everything for the party I wanted to be able to do for that. This pretty much the whole setup of everything from start to finish. I did, most of it was at the Dollar Tree. And as you know, you can get anything and everything from the Dollar Tree nowadays. The second thing you want to do is the number of invitees. How many people are you including in the party? And this can go as well for an adult party or whatever. Whatever I do, I always try to do a budget. It can be, so this particular one, and you also have to count the adults and the children. This particular party for my granddaughter, because of the pandemic and everything, and we're new pretty much in the area, I wanted to keep it small, and we invited 3 children. And all of them all 3 had RSVP. And they were just neighborhood children, and she knew them, and it just worked out great. I mean, they enjoyed themselves. It was not so that was my choice. But you choose the number of invitees. Of course, that will affect your budget as well. Invitations. Nowadays, you can do invitations. Her theme was Frozen. She wanted Frozen because she loves Elsa. Who doesn't, right? So that kind of set the tone for everything. So for invitations, you can choose to purchase invitations. They have invitation on Etsy to keep price down. You can also, if you're pretty good with the computer, I went on Google and picked up an image and actually just kind of curtailed it for her. This is the invitation. I'm just kind of holding, hopefully you can see it. I'm holding my address here, but this is what I chose for her. And she put the little bling 7 on. And this is it. So it worked out good. For me, I only had to do, we did 4. We only needed 3 of them, but we did a couple extra because she's going to be scrapbooking as I'm working with her, and me myself, I do the same. So we kept the cost down. I had paper already. All I did was print them. And she hand delivered them to the children in the neighborhood. Another way that you can do invitations too is also to, not email them, but text them. You can also send texts out if you have a design or that particular program on your phone where you can send a birthday card or whatever, or an invitation. That will save postage, that will save time, and that will save you dollars too. All right. The second thing that is to determine how much you can save. How much can I save if I do this myself, do that myself? For me, I chose to do most of the decorations, actually pretty much all of them. And I chose to also do most of the food outside of the pizza and the cake. Everything else I did myself. And I'm going to walk you through and show you some of the things that I did to save money. Okay, I did bottle labels. And I put on here Jasiah's 7th birthday celebration. I printed these myself, basically, on my computer. They also have it at the Etsy shop, and I will leave the link below because I did see those. They're digital. You can run them yourself, pay for them. I think they were, was it $2.99, I believe? I'm not sure, but I'm going to leave the link below. And you just take them and I purchased the water, by the way, at the Dollar Tree. Secondly, I chose to do favor bags myself. What I did was picked up these bags, got them at the Dollar Tree, and I just printed a label. And on the bottom, thank you for coming to Jasiah's 7th birthday celebration. And I stuffed it with bath bombs, little lip balm, you know, just things. I bought a pack of pens. I tried to get things in multiple so I could split them up. Little notepad, paper for notes. She pulled a lot of these things out. Stickers. She used those already. As you can see, the party is come and gone. And bookmarks. These I made. But just little things that I thought that would be nice to go inside of the favor bags. And I had those all on the side of the table. I'm going to also show you the sign here. I wanted some signs on the table. I didn't want to spend tons of money. So when I walked in the Dollar Tree, I found a gift bag. And with the gift bag, this was on one side, and this was on the other. What I did was took it, and I cut it, and I put it on poster board. And you can put a stand at the bottom. I chose not to, because I really didn't have to put a stand. And it just set up on the table. I had a lot of stuff to prop it up against. You can also hang it if you need to. If you have a backdrop, you can also hang it on there. So I saved money that way too, because this was just $1. Some other decorations that I got, this was at the Dollar Tree. Let me turn it this way. And I got this probably in the summertime. When I saw them, I knew I would have multiple use for them. It lights up. This is a marquee sign. So you imagine just for $1, all I had to do was just have to put the batteries in, which I've already had. I also didn't realize this was this small, the balloon number 7, but it was a great photo op for me to take pictures of her with. And so this kind of added to the decor as well. These were the plates that I chose to use. These came from the Dollar Tree. I think there were 6 in a set here. And I think there were only, I don't remember, I think it was 6, I'm not sure. And then they had the bigger plate as well. The bigger plate is what I use for their food. And these I use for cake plates for the children. Favor bags. We also gave them a favor. But these were gift bags that for the goodie table. Everyone that left here left with a bag of goodies. Because I didn't want nothing left over, especially sweets. So these were goodie bags. I don't remember if I got this from the Dollar Tree or Walmart, but I believe it was Walmart. It was 97 cents, if I'm not mistaken. We have a bathroom on the first floor. Actually, it's that door right there. So I didn't have to be too concerned about them washing their hands. But, you know, we get these free. You know that. These are hand sanitizer. So I had this on the table. For those that did not want to wash their hands, they had an option to use the hand sanitizer. The face mats. I didn't use these because I knew them very well. But these are good options. You get 2 to a pack at the Dollar Tree. So I bought 2 packs because I knew we had 4 children. This what I like because it was the color. They have them in white and they have them in blue. And I was gonna, if I was gonna use them, put Elsa or let them put just tape a design on the side. And that way they have their face covered in the event I went that route. But it's always good to have this just for precautionary measures. I did have it even though I didn't have to use these. Okay, as far as the food, I chose to use most of the things that were blue and white and silver. So I did use the Hershey's Kisses, and they had the blue, which is at the Dollar Tree. They had the blue pack that had cookies and cream, and then I had the traditional one in silver foil. And I kind of mixed them up and put them in a little bowl, and that was a good accent to the table. These are the snow caps. These containers come from the Dollar Tree. You'll get 2 for $6, 6 for $1, and I filled them up with the snow caps. Normally I would have a scoop or whatever sitting on the table, but because of just quarantine time, I chose to put them all in individual containers. The thing that we bought was cake. And I'm going to show you a picture of the cake. I purchased the cake, which I always do. We go to Walmart. I go to Walmart quite a bit. Early mornings when they put all the good sales and reduced price things. So I was able to snatch up a cake for under $6. It was a small cake. I didn't eat nothing big, but it prevented me from making one. And that was my second option. I was going to make one if I didn't find one. And it had 12 cupcakes wrapped around them. It had a basketball ring in all of them. And around the top, it had orange frosting. And I'm going to show you a picture of that. So what I did is wrapped it up, put it in the freezer, because nothing's wrong with it. It's just that when it gets close to the expiration date, they have to mark it down. And I got over $12 off of it. So for $5, I didn't have to worry about dessert because there was the small cake for her to cut, and it was also 12 cupcakes. That worked out perfectly. And I just used the piping bag and scraped some of the orange off after I took it out the freezer 2 weeks later and decorated it. And I had an inspirational one that I think I got it off of Pinterest. I'm going to show you that right quick too. And that's basically what was my inspiration. So everything else I had in the house to put it together, and it came out absolutely beautiful. She was really surprised, and I was surprised myself. It came out really nice. We had mini sandwiches, had a lot of bread in the house. So we had ham and cheese. We had, I think, bologna and cheese. We had peanut butter and jelly, just a variety of different sandwiches. I cut the ends off, and I just cut them in quarters and stuck a pretty toothpick down in the inside. Sorry, I don't have photos of all these. I did have a box of white powdered donuts from the Dollar Tree. One box was plenty because we had a whole bunch left over. That was going to be Olaf rings. And I had going to stick a toothpick down. I'll show you a picture of that. But basically, I ended up just putting them on the table in a pretty dish. All the containers, too, that I used came from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to show you those. These are the containers that we end up using from the Dollar Tree. A lot of these came, I think it's 3 or 4 to a pack. And the way that I did them, I put a little tape on them, and I turn them upside down for a little height. And that's how I served them. They have the small ones, and they also have the ones that's a little larger. So I put the donut holes and the kisses and stuff in small containers like that. And that worked out. I tried to have, little names that will describe based on Frozen. Some of the things I had, the mini carrots, and with those I call them Olaf's nose. And I had dip, so they could, try to put something a little healthy on the table. So they had that as well. So basically that was the main, we had punch. The punch was in a big glass container that I had. And what I did was use Sprite, and I used the blue Hawaiian punch. And it was, it turned out really nice. Oh, and I also had Jell-O. And I had Jell-O, these were got them from the Dollar Tree, the containers from the Dollar Tree in the party section. They look like goblet glasses with the little stem on them. You screw the bottom on. And on the inside, I had Starbursts, and they were blue, Jell-O at the bottom. And at the top, I had whipped cream. And then the sprinkles were snowflakes. They were white, and they were blue. So that kind of topped the table off, too. I chose to use this as a centerpiece. I saw one on Pinterest. These are 2 small milk cartons. I used what I had, so I didn't want to go out and buy anything. And I just needed one centerpiece because I had one table. What I did was just open the milk cartons up, the little school-size ones, cut the top off, and I just wrapped it in the wrapping paper. And when I did, I put a couple rocks at the bottom, stuck this down, because this is 2, in between the 2 on a straw. This I just printed from the computer, and I also did it double-sided. So I printed 2, cut them off, and glued them together. And I just stuck some things, little flowers and stuff at the bottom, and put number 7. That was the centerpiece for the little table, so actually it didn't cost me anything at all. So a lot of these decorations and things that I'm showing you didn't cost me anything. So that's another tip. Try to find out what you can do yourself, and that will save you a lot of money. Another tip, find in your house what you have that's reusable. Anything that you can repurpose, you can reuse. I used some Christmas picks that I had, but the color just went perfect. If you see this arrangement here, These are Christmas picks, but the color matched so beautifully. I just stuck them in some rocks, and I gave the table a little height because you don't want everything at the same height. One of the tricks is in setting up a table or decorating is have different heights. So this worked out good. Another thing that I had, this is for Christmas. This is a snowball lamp, and it is battery operated, and it does light up, and it's like a lawn almost. So I have this laying around, so that worked out perfectly as well. So you kind of use what you have in house, things that you really don't have to spend a lot of money on. Time-wise, you're going to need to figure out how much time is it going to take you. A lot of times you're going to have the creativity and the mind and the ideas, but how much time is it going to take you? With me, my schedule tends to be busy because I have a lot going on. So to me, I'm more of a visual person. We got the folding table, which is just a basic standard folding table. I had my husband bring it in, and I began to cover it with the tablecloth. This is the plastic tablecloth from Dollar Tree. And then I wanted the top to be a little, stand out a little bit more, so I went to Joann Fabrics and I picked up some tulle. And the tulle has a little glitter to it. And I laid that across the top. So with me, I started like 4 or 5 days ahead of time. I had this set up. If I have 15 minutes there, 20 minutes there, you know, I'll go add something else to the table, add something else to the table. So at the end, it really wasn't a lot of hard work because I was slowly doing a little at a time. So find out, you have to count the cost of how much time that is going to take you, and if you have that amount of time to actually get everything done. How much can you do ahead of time? The sandwiches and stuff, of course, I couldn't do that to the time before, but a lot of the desserts, a lot of the table decorations and stuff, I was able to put that out early. So I wasn't cramming. I knew exactly how I wanted to position everything so you can get that wow factor. So she would be surprised, even though she was still with us for a couple of days before the party. When she came in, that Friday night, a lot of stuff was already set up, but not all of it, because I still wanted to give her that wow surprise. So whatever you can do ahead of time, do it. I did the cake the night before. I took it out the freezer, decorated, so I know that day, because I only had that one day. We picked it up Friday evening. That morning, we can get everything set. And I want to show you about the tablecloth, how we were able to get that done. Okay, as you can see with the tablecloth, what I did, if I can show you here, I took some double-sided tape and I put it around the perimeter of the table. I took the Dollar Tree tablecloth and I cup it, fold it in half so it'll give it a little fullness. So I didn't want to be able to see through it. And I just pinched it together and gathered it. Pinched it together and gathered it. So I gathered it, pinched it together, and stuck it onto the double-sided tape. And this is what gave it that full skirt effect without spending the money on a skirt. So actually the bottom of this cost me $2.50. The other half, I used 2.5 sheets. The other half I used on the table that they were going to be sitting on. The banner again came from, I believe it was a Dollar Tree for $1. So all of that just basically, I believe it was a Dollar Tree. Now, I have to check. It could have been Walmart, but it was no more than $1. So this is what gave it that effect. And everything just turned out really nice. One thing I forgot, these were Elsa's wands, or you can call them Elsa's icicles. And these were just pretzels that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. I covered them with frosting and covered them with blue powdered sugar. It was not powdered sugar, but granulated sugar that I picked up for Walmart for $1. So I was able to do a whole pack of them. So as you can see, you're wondering, okay, now you can see how I was able to do this under $45. I think the pizza was less than $15. The rest was just the decorations and the food, which really wasn't bad. Now her outfit that she wore, that's a whole nother story. But check out your local thrift stores. I was looking and I saw this dress. It was short sleeve and it was Elsa. She loves Elsa. We went to the Salvation Army. On Wednesdays they had everything 50% off, clothing. So for something that cost $3.99, I got it for $2. The shoes, socks, everything else, you know, that kind of stuff you already have. So she was still able to be dressed up and look nice. So I try to put my money where quality is. and I would prefer to put my money on a gift or something, or a memorable event. So this would be a time that she remembered. I was able to get her camera, and I'm going to leave the link to this below. Excellent camera. And this is a kid's digital camera. As many of you know, she is my thumbnail photographer for a lot of my videos. If she's not here, my husband will do it. She can take selfies and videos and just regular photos with this. It's unbreakable, and I'm not sponsored by them. But it's an excellent camera. So I'd rather put my money in that. So I just wanted to kind of walk you through. Now I'm going to show you another gift that we gave her. We chose to give her a photo shoot, since he wasn't able to get out. So before the children came, before her hair got messed up and all that kind of stuff, you know, we just got to set poses, and we did photo shoot, took photo shoot of her. And that's something that she'll be able to scrapbook, something she'll be able to keep. Most important is something that she would always be able to remember, you know, how special it was to her. And to show you how special it was to her and how surprised she was. By the way, I forgot again, the balloons. The balloons I would advise you getting about 4 or 5 packs. They're $1 pack, of course, from the Dollar Tree. Because we got colors that basically match. And all of these, outside of the metallic ones, came from the Dollar Tree. I am going to try to link put a link to this to show you how I tied them up. I didn't know how to do it, but it was a lot easier than I thought. It didn't take me long at all. But I looked on YouTube and found another lady that had did it for a party, and she showed me step by step. And I'll show you, because for $4 or $5, actually I had most of the balloons, so it only cost me like $1. And they came out really well, and they were able to go up the whole stairwell. Okay, another thing I forgot to mention is activity. You want to have activity so the children will be able to, after they eat, some type of activity that will occupy them. So I chose musical chairs. We had 6 chairs, only had 4 children. So that worked out good. It is something that I did not have to pay for or go buy. Another option that I did use, because she recently got a princess karaoke machine, and it came with 2 speakers. Actually, she has 2 speakers now. We were able to do sing-along, and we did the Let It Snow, and then they had a chance to do individually, and then those that felt a little shyest or whatever, we did it together. So that was a nice, fun thing. The other one that didn't pan out too well, because I didn't get a chance to finish it, was build a snowman. That was Olaf. And that's what we used. I'm going to just send a picture so you can see it. I picked that up off, I think it was Pinterest. I guess it was Etsy shop where they were selling them. Where you have the 3 marshmallows in a Ziploc bag. And so I put it together, but I didn't get a chance to get the nose for it, the Tic Tacs. Where you would have them laying on their table setting. And that'll be an activity that they can do using frosting and just kind of glue everything together, the feet, the arms, which was pretzels and everything. So that was an activity that they took home because we didn't really have time. We wasn't prepared. I didn't have everything in it. I didn't have the nose in there. But I mean, anything that you can use, pin the tail on Olaf, the nose on Olaf, any of those things that you could use. And basically, you can just print those from the computer. Things that will just keep them, just be creative and see what works for you. That will keep them busy during that time and give them something to sit back and think on. So don't forget an activity. So let me show you her reveal and the photo shoot, which is her birthday gift from us. Happy birthday to Jasiah as she comes down the stairs, makes her grand entrance. Today is her 7th birthday. And she really looks cute if she moves over so I can see her. Here she comes. How old are you today? 7 years old. And she comes down with her Frozen. This is, you like it? You like the 7? This is her table skate. And I'm going to go through this kind of briefly because the guests are on their way. These are our favor bags that we loaded up with bath bombs and stickers and lip balms and ring pops and everything. This right here, this is actually a gift bag. It had two sides to it. I cut it and put it on poster board. Keeping everything on their budget, budget friendly. These are Olaf. This is Olaf nose with dip. These are the famous sugar cookies. These are Anna, and actual Anna, and it's supposed to be Kristoff. I was supposed to make name tags, but didn't get a chance. This is Olaf's rings. Snowman. Here we have our dinner plates for our cake. This is our delicious cupcakes. Let me move over a little. This is our bottled water. And each one says Jasiah's 7th birthday celebration, and it is displaying each one of the characters. This is the other half of the frozen bag. This one side and the other one was on side. We have our napkins. Here we have our little snow caps. Here we have our punch that we haven't put in here yet, but I'm just trying to do a real quick glimpse before everyone gets in. And these are our Elsa wands. Our pizza is on its way being delivered now, but just to give you a brief look on what the tablescape looks like. I think everything turned out absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Can I get a picture of you at the table?
Yes.
Okay. That is a good picture. Can I get a smile? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is our table setting. Like I said, we're only expecting 3 children, and with her is 4. And we have the silver plates, the placemats. I mean, not the placemats, but the silver plates. We have the little bling silver centerpiece that I put together. So I wanted you to see basically what everything's looked like thus far. At this time, I want to thank you all for tuning in. I'm glad that I had a chance to share with you Jasiah's 7th birthday celebration. She was so excited. I was so excited for her. You know how we are with our children and grandchildren. When they're happy, we're happy. So the little time that it took me to put everything together, even if it took me 2 days, I still would have did it. It was well worth it. Remember that you can always do everything. Always try to find out what you can do on a budget for a lot less. You'll be surprised how much money that you would save. And it doesn't make a difference how much you spend. If you have it like that, to spend it like that, then go right ahead. I'm not criticizing anything. All I want to do is just show you how you can have an over-the-top party on a few pennies, you know, for a lot less. So I want to thank you all for tuning in to this channel. If this video has inspired you or encouraged you or motivated you, because you can use these tips basically in just about any type of party planning that you're doing. I'm not an event planner or nothing like that, but in everything I do, I just try to do my best. So if you did enjoy this video, as I enjoyed sharing it with you, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It will help out my channel a lot to grow. And also the notification bell. That way you'll get notified. We do try to upload a video every Wednesday, but there's times we do extra days throughout the week. And that way you'll always be notified of those videos. Also hit the like button and please leave a comment. I would like to know how you enjoyed the video, or if it inspired you, or what you would use differently. If you have any questions or anything I can link to you, I would be more than happy to do that. And I'm going to try to leave as many links below as I can for those that are not computer savvy with printing and stuff like that, that you're able to purchase these without spending a lot of money. So as always, thank you for tuning in. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a blessed day.